it's Maria here from Pepperly Rose Paper Crafting. I am an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in Sydney, Australia. I'd like to thank you all for joining me. Today I'm going to be showing you a project inspired by the holiday catalogue, which is currently available. And the card that inspired me was this card over here. And I absolutely love it. However, I am going to change it up a bit to suit what I want to do and the look that I'm after. But I thought that this was a good starting point. So if you're ever stuck for ideas and you don't know what card to make, look into the catalogue because you never know how it will inspire you. So that's what I've been doing. And so today I'm going to be using the Merry Christmas to All bundle. This is a lovely photopolymer stamp sets and matching Merry Christmas Thinlits Dies. You buy them together and you get 10% off. Now this is only valid for this catalogue only. If this happens to carry over to the next catalogue, and I'm not sure, so I can't really say to the annual catalogue, then they will be separated. So if you want to save some money, the best thing you can do is buy them as the bundle and save 10%. If you are not a Stampin' Up demonstrator and you're considering it and you buy lots of supplies of Stampin' Up product and you love it, I highly recommend you join, because not only do you get the 10% off this as a bundle, but you also get the extra 20% when you join as a demonstrator. So if this is something you've been thinking about for a while and you do love your Stampin' Up product at a discount, the best thing I recommend is join. And you can join my team at pepperlyrose.stampinup.net and click the Join Now button. And you can sign up and you can start ordering pretty much straight away. So that's my tip to you. But this is a fabulous bundle, and I'm going to use this today, so I'm pretty happy to use this. I'm using the stained glass Thinlits dies. These are found in the annual catalogue, and these are just beautiful. You get all these pieces. They're beautiful, intricate dies, and I'm going to be using this one today. So I'm going to take that one out ready in anticipation. I absolutely love these dies. They're just beautiful, and I'm using this striped Scallops Embossing Folder, and this is from the annual catalogue as well. So I forgot to bring some glitter paper, so I'll be back in 1 second. As I was doing this video, I remembered I forgot something, so I thought I'll bring it out now whilst I remember it. I'm going to use the gorgeous Sprig Punch. So the cardstock we're using today is a shaded spruce. This will be used for the Sprig Punch, and we're using real red cardstock. Now I'm using an A6 card base, so it's half an A4 cut in half and then scored in half again, and that gives you an A6 card base. You can use any card base you wish. I'm bringing out my bone folder and just giving this a good burnish just to make sure that it sits nice and flat. So a bone folder for paper crafting is an absolute must. And look how beautiful and crisp that is. So it's nice and professional if you're new to card making. I have got also a layering piece of real red cardstock, and that's going to sit on top. So what I'm going to do with that, whilst we have everything out and about, is I'm going to bring up my Big Shot. I'm going to do quite a bit of Big Shot work right now. So I'm going to emboss this piece with the striped Scallops Embossing Folder. And this is an embossing folder, I have to admit I haven't used very often, but I like, mixing and matching products from the annual catalogue and holiday catalogue. So I'm just going to line this up here inside the embossing folder and just make sure it's square on. Okay, and I'm going to put that through. It's a nice 6x6 size embossing folder, so that means it can cover a whole card front, which is great. And this is how the lovely embossing folder turned out. Isn't that gorgeous? And that's the deboss side. So they both have a nice unique look on each side depending on what you want to go for, but I'm going to go for this embossed side. I just love that. Put that to one side. Then I'm going to bring my thin die adapter, which goes on top of that. cutting plate. And I'm going to bring in a scrap piece of real red cardstock, and I'm going to cut out this this element here from the stained Glass Thinlits Dies. And I'm going to rip that off. Oops. Make sure I did it there properly so it doesn't go everywhere. Move it down. We had a dust storm here in Sydney yesterday, excuse me, and my husband and my daughter had to stay home because they're both asthmatics, so that was really weird. The last time we had a dust storm was like 9 years ago, and it was the size of Tasmania. 500 kilometres long, that dust storm was. And I think there's remnants of it today, but it's not an issue today. All right, so I'll just run this through now. And I'm going to run it through twice. Because it's a little bit more intricate, I like to run it through twice. Okay. And I'll take that off in a minute, but that's how it cuts out there. And then whilst I have this there, I've just got some gold glimmer paper. And I'm going to cut out the word Mary. I love these thinlits. They're a classic. And I'm going to cut these out as well. Okay, I'll just grab my cutting pad. And I'll do that again. Okay, and that is it now with my die cutting. So I'll just bring out my die cut there. Put this away. Okay. So with these two, because the cuts are so intricate, I'm just going to bring out my die brush. And just take that all out. And look how beautiful and intricate that is. That is just stunning. Look at that. And the things just pop out nicely. There are a couple of stubborns here and there, but you can easily remove those with your fingers. If not, just grab your pokey tool, which is exactly what I'm going to do now. And I'm just going to poke out the real stubborn bits. Get out. There's only like 1 or 2 of these really small ones, and they came out very easy. But look how beautiful and intricate that is. Just gorgeous. So I'll pop that away. And I'm also going to pop out the Mary word. And that popped out nice and easy. And check that out. Isn't that beautiful? Lovely, glittery, nice. All right, so pop these away. Now, I'm going to layer this on some, what's it called, vellum cardstock. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue this on, but only on the back, on those, just in places, not everywhere. Just little bits of glue here and there. It would be handier to have like the adhesive sheets, which I don't have, but they will be going in my next order. So just put a bit of glue here and there. Not too much, otherwise it will seep out onto the vellum and ruin its finish. Okay, I think that ought to do. So I'm just going to use my tweezers and pop this on here as best I can. I want that backed onto some gorgeous vellum. And I'll just let that adhere down for a little while. And then we'll use some scissors and we'll cut that off. Just trim around it. So I'll let that just settle there for a minute. And then with my shaded spruce, I'm going to cut some sprigs. So punch out some sprigs. So okay, so that's that. So it's just a matter of assembly, really. It's quite simple. So what I will do is I will trim off the vellum. So I'll just grab my paper snips and I'll just trim very close. And I love the Stampin' Up's vellum cardstock. It's beautiful and adds just a nice, elegant touch to your projects. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Love it. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick this down here in the middle, like that. So I will get some glue, and again I'll concentrate on where the the lines are and things, not exactly right on the vellum, because it will show through and I don't want it to show through. And we will be trimming off the edge, so yeah. Alright, so now we will pop that here. Now I did get some in the middle, but that's okay, that's going to be covered up by the Mary anyway, like that. And then I'll trim off the trim off the excess. Put that more towards the middle. Yeah, like that. And I'll trim that off on either side. Trim that off, and then I'll trim that off. So it looks like that. I think that turned out really pretty. I love that. So there's the middle part there. I'm going to stick the Mary there. I might as well do that now somewhat. Oh, there's a bit there that didn't poke out. No, it wasn't meant to poke out. Okay, leave that there. And what we're going to do is we're going to add our sprigs, just like in the catalogue. And just do that, like so. Maybe I can tuck it in a little bit because I didn't fully adhere this down, so I can tuck that in there. Yep, I'll add now the glue onto these. Okay, and I'll stick that just a tad underneath. Oops, I'm making a mess of this, aren't I? Put some more glue down on these shaded spruce sprigs. I did cut 6 of them, so I'm going to put 3 up here, and then I'm going to put 3 down there as well. Oh, this is going to be so pretty. I love that. Then I'll stick the Mary down. I'm going to add some glue on the back of these. And we'll cover up that bits there that are showing through with the glue. So Just put glue. I like using liquid glue, but you can also use adhesive sheets too. That would make it nice and clean. So I'll just put the Mary like so. I did not glue behind this one very well, so I'll add that in. Okay, and then I'll leave these for a moment because I forgot to stamp. With this stamp set, I'm using the words, well, yeah, and bright, so and the bright, and I'm going to stamp that in real red onto some Whisper White cardstock, and I'm going to cut that out using my Big Shot. So I'll just put and bright. Okay, and I'm using real red, and going to stamp that right there. Okay, and that's that there. Just going to use my stamping mist. And just wipe that off. And I found too that if you do get a little bit of staining, you can actually leave your stamping mist on your block, on your stamps for a little while, and it will get rid of a lot of the staining. So that's a tip for you too, that this stamping mist is actually quite handy. All right, now I'm going to grab my Big Shot again. I thought I had finished before, but there was one thing I forgot. I'll grab my platform with the thin die adapter, and I'm going to add from the Merry Christmas Thinlits Dies. I'm going to add this big one here, this big framelit. I'll see if I can fit it on the smaller one. No, so I'm going to use the bigger one. So I'm going to put that like so. I'm going to cut that out. I'm going to use that now. And that cut out perfectly. Okay, so that was good. Bring back all my elements now, and I think it is a little too big. What I'm going to do is trim it down. And I'm going to use my trimmer. I'm going to trim this right down. It looked a little bit too big, so then that looks nice like that. And I want to add the bright down here. Let's see if I can scoot that up. Stick that there. Like so. No, I'll just trim that down with my scissors. And cut that down too. Sometimes you have an idea in your head and you think it's going to work out great and then it doesn't, but that's okay. That's where you can adjust things that you feel will suit you. And I might put that just there. Yeah, I think that's where it will go. And I'll stick the sprigs underneath that. Where's the other sprigs? There it is. Might chop that in half again. And do it like that. And trim it down again. I think, yeah, I think that will look nice too. Okay, yeah, I think that's a good way to do it as well. Not that there was anything wrong with that framelit, there wasn't, but I just didn't feel that it worked well for what I'm after, and I think this is a lot nicer like that too. So it's completely different to the card that I showed you before in the catalogue, but that's okay. Okay, so there's a bit there that didn't stick down properly. So I'll just add some glue, just a little bit of glue right on the edge there. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, I'll add those there. I'll just put glue towards the bottom. Like that. And I'll add some more of those sprigs. Put some glue just on the edges there. And let the sprigs have a bit of movement. And one more. Just there. And then I'll just stick that part of the Y down with some glue. Just hold that down there for a second. Then I'm going to add and bright, like that. Yep, I think that looks good. Let's just add a bit of glue on the back. Just a bit further down, like there. And then I'll put that there. Okay, and I'll just put that there. Okay, that looks really pretty. I love that. Now I'm going to add it onto the front of my card. So I'll just put some glue on the edges. I'll just square it on. And we're not done just yet. I'm going to bring out some pearls. I'm going to add a few pearls everywhere. So I'm just going to use my, oops, where did it go? I'm going to use my pick-me-up stick. And then do that there. And 2, 3, 4. One more. I like to have an uneven number. So that adds a beautiful touch, doesn't it? Use this part here. And then I'm going to put 5 here as well, so I've got 2 more to go. And this one over here. And 1 more about there. Put that there. So this is for someone very, very special. But yeah, I quite like the way this turned out. Super adorable, super elegant as well. And I'll just give you a side-on view of it. And like that. I really love the way that turned out. Now, this was my inspiration, and it was from the holiday catalogue. And it was this card over here, but I did it completely different to that one. So, you know, you never know where your inspiration hits, but that's my version, and that's the catalogue's version there. I could have tucked them underneath, but I preferred it like that, and it looks nice as well. So I hope you liked today's tutorial. All products can be purchased through me at pepperlyrose.stampinup.net. So I'll go through them again with you. So we've got the striped Scallops Embossing Folder. That's what I've used today as well. The stained Glass Thinlits Dies. These are beautiful, and you can use them for many seasons as well. And that's what you get in the packet. So that's really good value, that one. You get also the Merry Christmas to All bundle. You can get that through my online store at pepperlyrose.stampinup.net, along with the matching stamp set. Get that as a bundle and get 10% off. And all other products can also be purchased through me. The ink pads, the pearls, the glimmer paper, everything can be purchased through me. And I hope you enjoyed today's tutorial. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to let me know, and I'll be more than happy to answer any questions. Leave a comment below this video, or you can message me through my online store as well. Oh, and don't forget the Sprig Punch. This is fabulous. Fabulous punch. I think it's on low inventory, so do purchase it before the catalogue nears its end, because once they go through all of the products, then they won't bring them back. So if they sell out before the catalogue ends, then that's it. You won't be able to get them. So it's while supplies last, basically. So I hope you enjoyed today's tutorial. Let me know what you think of this card, and I hope to see you around. Thanks for watching. Bye.